Today, we're going to be trying out this late game, or should I say, the best late game strategy inside of BT Battles 2, which is known as the Druid, Village, Alchemist, and the Exili. Which I know you guys have thought of this strategy would not be the best late game strat, but basically we decided to give it a try, and not gonna lie guys, this shreds every solar amount of every fortified bat, which you guys are gonna watch it at the end here to see how do we end up defending that rush along with using the strategy. So can we see if we do pull it off against a gigantic fortified bat with the strat? Well, we're gonna have to find out and see, alright? So if you guys are new to my channel, if you guys want to see more content like this, make sure you sub, and also smash the like button if you have not already. But without further ado, let's just jump right into today's video. Alright, here we go, ladies and gents. We got this map, Thin Ice, and we're going to be using Exili, Druid, Village, and Alchemist. So we're going to be starting by going for the Druid all the way, so we can easily go for the upgrade. I'll put on Hard Thorns just to be sure of it. And this guy will be going for the Dart Monkey, which is going to be his first tower. And here's actually a Dora, so I'm assuming that this guy might be going for maybe some type of Super Monkey strategy, but he's bringing out the Dart Monkey, which is definitely pretty interesting to see here. We're going to try to go for the Exili on round 1 as well. Don't forget about that. So there we go with Exili. And hopefully by the time we can probably just go late game along with using the good old Druid, Village, and Alchemist strategy. But basically I have used it before, like recently, since I know Druid, Village, and Alchemist has become one of the best late game strat. Since I know I have used it once or twice, since I love the strategy very much often inside of battles too. And he's got farm. Ooh, so this guy will be going for Dart Farm, and I think the last tower has to be the Super Monkey, which is going to be my only guess. Since you guys have noticed that Dart Farm Super, along with the strategy with Adora, definitely the best way they want to bring it out with inside of battles too. So this is going to be pretty hard to able to play against this guy if he has Super Monkey, which is going to be his last loadout. Hopefully by the time we can probably just go for the Hard Thunders all the way for the Druid, then we should be quite fine against that. So let's go ahead and go for that right about now. There we go. So we want to go for a couple more groups eco before we need to make sure that we have to start sending my opponent with some round 7 with some yellows here. And after we have everything up, then we should be quite fine here. Since I know in the matter of case, since this guy will be going for the insane amount of every type of strategy that this guy will be using, which is known as the good old Dart Farm and Super, because yeah, those strategies are definitely the best way, especially with using the Dora plus with a super combination. That thing you can easily still shred everything off the back here. Also, is this guy good against that? Oh, I think this guy's definitely struggling here. I mean, you need to go for the Jug on last. Like, you need to have it on last, just able to help out. Or go for the level 3 on the... Oh, don't tell me he's gonna die to it, though. Imagine if he's dead to this. Dude, that would be super duper embarrassing. And, yup, he's got Super Monkey. I definitely knew this guy has Super Monkey, which is going to be the loadout tier. Because basically, he actually ended up selling his farm just to go for the Super Monkey, because he's been struggling very much every single time during the space rounds, like on round 5 or 6. That is definitely not going to be the good way just to have the Jug all the way to last. But you have to have it on last every single time you want to place it on last for the Jug, just to able to help out very often here. Well, since this guy decided to review his last tower, then that means we could probably still win the game here. Since he ended up linking down to 48, like, he needs to start countering me before round 40 is about to come out. If he doesn't, then he'll be dead to sudden death for sure here. But we're going to go for the rare scanner for the village here. There we go. And after we get that rare scanner up, then we're going to try our best to try to go for the Berserker Brew on the upgrade for the good old Alchemist. And hopefully by the time we can probably still get that up there. We should be quite vibing here. But we got the Berserker Brew up on the Alchemist. Now we're going to send it with some Space Eco, with some Space Yellows over the top here. Because I know Space Yellows, guys, are going to be way better. Just able to send a lot of tons. You can easily get like 3 modifiers per eco or something like that as well. But looks like he's got up to the plantation here. He's going for 2 plantations. Alright then. Looks like this is going to be pretty interesting, that we could probably just gonna be sure that we don't somehow get rushed from my opponent. But once we go epic late game all the way to go to the higher rounds here, then we're gonna be try our best to try to get a lot ton of the Druid defense here, even though we're gonna go for the jungle bounties for every round here, so we could probably just go for the ability all the way. Let's go ahead and do the... I think I'm gonna target my totems here, if that's okay. Looks like we are going to be quite vibing here. And once we get rushed from my opponent with some mobs here, then I think we might be fine here still, since I know the Berserker Brew plus with the Druid in it. We could probably still shred that rush here, which is going to be pretty easy to defend of all. First, we're going to go for the jungle boundaries all the way to go for the middle path. And to be fair, guys, I think this guy needs to somehow go for the Monkey Wall Street before he needs to start prepared to go for the counter. Looks like he is definitely going to be sending me with some fortified mobs, which is going to be my only guess. Looks like he is definitely not. All right. Well, it's a good thing we can probably send a lot of eco before we need to make sure that we have to start prepared to go for the counter rushes, as I know round 20 or round 22, this is going to be pretty much harder, that we have to somehow get up to the jungle boundaries all the way to get to the Spirit of the Forest up for the Druid, because once we get the Spirit of the Forest up for the upgrade, then we could probably still shred that ZOMGs, BFBs, ZOMGs, and much more here. We're gonna go for this upgrade to once again another jungle boundaries, and I think this guy needs to start countering me with some BFBs here. I don't even know, this guy might send me one, but I think he is definitely going to be sending me like 1 or 2 BFBs maybe or so, but who knows, man. Well, basically this guy went for the research facility on his farm here, and let me see if we could go for this upgrade to the Spirit of the Forest like very soon here. I think this guy might send me a ZOMG or fortified ZOMGs, I'm assuming. So if he decides to send me with some rushes, then we're gonna try to save up to go for the Spirit of the Forest upgrade on the Druid. And after we get that, then we should be quite fine against that. Also, I kind of forgot to mention this. If you rather use the level 7 on the Blood Sacrifice for the Adora, like if you rather go for the Tech Terror, you could try the Blood Sacrifice for the 4-tier Super Monkey, which is known as the Tech Terror. That way, you can easily get up to the level 20 on the Adora very quite faster here. Also, we gotta watch out for DDTs in the next round. So if he decides to send me with some rushes with some DDTs in there, then I gotta start saving up to go for the defense here. He went for the B Central. Alright, fair play. And yeah, we'll wait for the DDT to come out before this guy sends me with some rushes. I'm not even sure if he's going to, but we're gonna find out if this guy might send me one. Well, since we do have enough money so we can easily go for the Spirit of the Forest, I think we're gonna go for that right about now, in case this guy sends me with some DDTs or something like that. Hopefully we'll be fine against that, because I know DDTs against Spirit of the Forest will easily clean up everything quite faster, along with the MIB in it. Like, don't forget about that. MIB with the Spirit of the Forest will allow to pop DDTs quite faster. Also, we will go for the good old Populous buffs all the way to ×5. Don't forget about that. And yeah, we should have everything set up before we do somehow get rushed from our opponent. Hopefully we can probably still get up to the Superstorm before that, and I'll keep continuing on with some good old jungle boundary farms on it. After we get everything off the bag, then we're gonna have a ton of defense here for every Druids instead. Also, we need to get up to the P-Brew. Don't forget about that. I always forget about saying this, but we had to be able to get up to the Perm Brute buff on the good old Alchemist here, because Perm Brute buff along with the 5th tier Druids in it, we can still shred BADs along with going for the 5th tier Avatar Wrath, Superstorm, and much more with it. Also, I'm not too sure if the Superstorm range is definitely the best way to have it placed, but I think I'm gonna place it like right towards here. Maybe this will be a good Superstorm spot, if I could be wrong with that. But he might counter me with some BADs, unfortunately. So let me see if he decided to send me with some BADs. Looks like he is definitely not. Okay, well, basically this guy ended up linking down. Oh wait, he has 48. Oh, because I have 46 lives, which is definitely not good. I kind of forgot about that, which means that I have the low lives advantage. Like, I need to use the Spirit of the Forest ability. Like, here's the main problem about the Spirit of the Forest ability on the generated lives here, because if I generate lives on the Spirit of the Forest, then that means I will probably lose the attack speed on my first Druid, which is known as the first Druid. If you guys can see the first Druid here, that one has the light buff Druid all the way before I ended up leaking down very much a ton here. But the reason is, if I rather like use the ability, then all my attack speed for the increase will be gone. So I had to make sure that we had to somehow play a little bit safer, even though we don't want to somehow get rushed like an all-out from my opponent. But the thing is, though, we could still defend with everything that we're going to have here inside of battles too, since with the Perm Brute buff upgrade, along with using the Populous ×5 with every 5th tiers on the Druid, we can still end up shredding that rush along with using the strat in it. Even though we could probably just go for the home of defense still, we will still end up defending like no matter what's going to be. But we will 100% going to somehow defend that rush if we lose the Druid light buff all the way, because we're probably going to be losing like a ton of buffs here on the good old first light buff Druid in there. Like, I'm not even joking, man. And this guy went for the Sun Temple, so he might somehow save it to go for the Sun Goddess Adora on the good old Super Monkey 5th tier upgrade on it. So hopefully we do need to get that Superstorm up quite quickly. So we got the ×5. This is ×5. Okay, everything's already ×5. So let's see if we do wait it out. If we do somehow get rushed from it, because I know he has a ton of the banana farms on it. And yup, he went for the Sun Goddess Adora. Yup, there goes on his Sun Goddess Adora on the Super Monkey. Very fair play against this guy. Fair play. Also, should I use the Generate Lives ability on the Spirit of the Forest? Because if I do somehow Generate Lives, then that means he might lose to round 40 Sun and Death. So So there's no way that this guy won't somehow generalize without going for the generation. So he's definitely going to be losing to round 40, like all the way to get to the better star. But looks like he might not go for the win on round 40 if this guy decides to counter me with some stuff here. But if that's the case, I might able to use the ability on the Spirit of the Forest, just able to help out with it, so we can make it see this guy might send me with some counter rushes or so. It looks like this guy will somehow build up a couple more super monkeys all the way. Waiting for round 30 to come out. Come on. It's round 38. Okay. Let's use it right about now. And I'll use my generation here. I know this is going to be hurting very, very much here on my first life buff Druid. But let's go for that right about now. Yeah, look at this. 71 lives. We actually ended up getting the life lead advantage here. So that means that he needs to start countering me here. Like, I'm really sorry to do this though. But it's for the best here that we could probably still make sure that we have everything off the bat. But here comes round 39, by the way. He needs to start sending me a rush before that. Let me see if I can spam. Oh, I didn't mean to say good game. Where's the come at me email? Oh, there we go. Let's go and send him with some 1 BAD. And looks like he's gonna sell all his farm here. Is he gonna send me one? Oh, he is sending me one. Okay. Let's see if we do somehow defend it though. I'm not even sure if we do defend, but I'm feeling we are 100% going to defend that rush here. So let's use the ability on the good old home of defense here. I'll go for level 20. Don't forget about that. Use my totem. Okay. I'll send more against him. Oh my god, please somehow popped. Okay, we're fine. Spirit of the Forest, clutch it up, or Superstorm. Holy cow, we are definitely defending. Dude, this strategy still defends everything. Send me another one. Oh my god, he has so much money. Oh, he sold his Sun Goddess Adora. Oh my god, this is going to be pretty much harder that we need to somehow defend it without even notice here. But it will be GG round 40 if this guy does not give up. Looks like he is definitely not going to survive against that. I'll use my... oh, I used it too early. I forgot Total Transformation or Transforming Tonic is definitely down here. And here comes the final round, by the way. He is definitely losing to round 40. To Sudden Death. Holy freaking cow. I kind of forgot I have the Blue Master Alchemist at the end here. But again, we still defend that rush here. This strategy is still pretty insane, like in my part. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I had to use the Spirit of the Forest ability for the regeneration lives. Because if I rather generate, then it will lose my life buff attack speed for my first ever Druid before round 1. But literally, we still ended up defending that rush along with using the good old Druid Village and Alch strategy. That strats everything in our book. So, once again, just for only though. But anyway, I'm gonna call it for today's video. So I hope you guys do enjoyed it. If you guys have not subbed, please subscribe. And also smash the like button if you enjoyed today's video. And I will see you guys in the next one. And peace everybody.